Good morning. I'm so glad you could be with us today. The Lord be with you and also with you. Oh God, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Jesus, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Spirit, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. When we sing that song and hear those words, we know that it's time to listen to one of God's stories. This is the desert box. So many important things happen in the desert that we just have to have a small piece of it in our room. The desert is a strange and wild place. At night, it is very cold, but in the day, it is burning hot. There is almost no water at all in the desert. The desert is always changing. The wind comes, and as it blows, it shapes and molds. So the desert is never the same. This is the city of Jerusalem, the holy city of God. The people of God lived in Jerusalem for a very long time. But one day, a king from another land came to Jerusalem, and he wanted the holy city for himself. So this king and his army took the city of Jerusalem. They took it from the people of God. They burned down the temple, and they tore down the walls of Jerusalem. And the people of God were taken to a strange land. The people of God were taken to a strange land called Babylon. And they had to stay in Babylon. They could not go home. For they were in exile. Then a new king came to Babylon and took Babylon for himself. This king began to let the people of God go home. The first group went home to Jerusalem with Ezra. And they built the temple again. Then the king let more of the people of God go home. They went home with Nehemiah. Now some people decided to stay in the land of Babylon because the land didn't feel strange to them anymore. But most of them came home. It was so good to be home again. They built the wall around Jerusalem. The people were so happy to be home again. They just had to sing and they had to dance. For they were home again. I wonder what it was like to see the temple burning and the walls of Jerusalem being torn down. I wonder how it felt to be forced to go to live in another land and to live in exile. I wonder what it was like to live in Babylon. Now that their old life is gone, I wonder what they will do. I wonder if God will show them a new way to live. I wonder what this new way will be like. I wonder if they live the new way when they return to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple and the wall around Jerusalem. And now I am going to light our Christ candle. To remind us that the light of Christ is here with us when we read his stories in the Holy Bible. Now, this story is from the book of Ezra, which is in the Old Testament. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, all the way down to Ezra in the Old Testament. I'm reading from Ezra chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. Exile and Return. I am King Cyrus of Persia. The Lord God of heaven, who is also the God of Israel, has made me the ruler of all nations on earth. And he has chosen me to build a temple for him in Jerusalem, which is in Judah. The Lord God will watch over and encourage any of his people who want to go back to Jerusalem and help build the temple. Everyone else must provide what is needed. They must give money, supplies, and animals, as well as gifts for the rebuilding of God's temple. And now I'm going to change the light. The light that's in one place at one time is in all places, at all times, here in this room and everywhere we go, and at home with you. And now it's time to sing our goodbye song. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you